Okay, don't do this if you have a twin flame. If you have a twin flame, there's one thing that you should never do, because when you do this, you push them away. And this is something you may have heard before, you probably have heard this before. But if you're watching this, it was chosen for you. Okay, you obviously needed to see this at this exact time, so please pay attention. You should never come at them from a desperate energy. When you do stuff from a desperate, needy energy, and that includes, by the way, going on dating apps, hoping that that's how you're going to meet your twin flame, searching. When you are doing the masculine activity of going out there and searching and trying to get, that energy will push your twin flame away. And this applies whether you're the masculine or the feminine part of the twin flame connection. Neither of the parts, neither the masculine or the feminine, right, the guy or the girl, neither of them will get their twin flame by going out and searching for them. Okay? So I'm the masculine in our connection, but I didn't go out there searching. It came from a place of, I don't need anything, I don't want anything, I'm just going to open myself to this, be vulnerable, and see what happens. I was not searching or desperately saying, oh, if I could just find, my twin flame. Or at the time, in fact, I didn't even know what twin flames were. So I was just coming at this completely from an authentic point of view. Let's just see what happens, And so the one thing that you should not do, if you want to find your twin flame, if you want to, maybe you've already found them, if you want to reunite with them, you can't come at it from a desperate place. I know you want them deep down, but in order to get them, you can't let that energy shine through too much. You can't come at it from a desperate point of view, because when you feel desperate about something, a few things are going to happen. Firstly, it's going to come off, in a bad way, in the wrong way. When you meet people, this desperate energy is going to come off as, oh, they seem like a little bit, ungrounded, a little bit insecure. It's kind of weird, or it's kind of a bit of an ick how they desperately need and want this. They're not being their true self. Okay, so that's the first thing. And the second thing is that it's going to, how do I say this? It's going to put out the wrong energy to the universe. You're putting out the energy that I want this thing, meaning I don't have this thing. So the energy is an energy of lack. Just the same as with manifestation for wealth and abundance. By putting out this energy of lack, by sending out this energy signal to the universe that I don't have this thing, the universe, which is one giant mirror, is just going to reflect that back to you. So you need, and that what that means, what that looks like, is that they'll just reflect back to you with bad dating experiences of people who are not your twin flame coming into your life, and it just goes wrong. Feeling like you are alone. Okay, just a reflection of the feelings. You need to start by feeling the right stuff, feeling that you are already enough. You're already good enough now. You're already lovable and loved. You're already protected and safe. You don't need anything. You're already complete. These sorts of things, you need to really drill this into your body and soul and mind. Because otherwise, what could happen, and this happens quite often, is you'll go out there with this desperate energy of wanting and needing to latch onto somebody because you need your twin flame to be complete, right? And then so what happens is you meet somebody who's not your twin flame, but they just seem kind of alright. And, someone from a third party perspective could look at you and say, well, I don't think they're good for you, or they doesn't quite seem right. Doesn't seem like they're into you. But you, subjectively, because you want and need the twin flame thing to work, you latch onto them and you say, no, they're ghosting me, they're not texting me because they're my twin flame and they're running away. When in reality, they're just not into you. They're just not interested because they're not your twin flame and they don't want to pursue a connection with you. Otherwise, they would have been messaging you. Even during the running stage, both sides will feel the desire to actually go back to the person because it's a mutual thing. So I hope this makes sense. Please let me know in the comments which stage you're at. Like, are you going through something similar? I'd love to know.